Oh, it's the other way around. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so
That's wild.
So what? They got like the marriage over with, and then they produced Claire.
They dated for 4 years,
Oh
and
wow, that's a long
then
time.
they got married, and then they had my brother Ben, and then me, and then my little brother Steve.
Please tell me they're still together.
Oh yeah, oh definitely, madly in love.
Dude,
Kidding?
how can you have
Match found.
how can you have a relationship like that and not be together? What the actual fuck?
I know. If
They are
right.
my
if I had a
goals.
relationship like
Cute.
that, I would. If I had a relationship like that, I would always like.
I would kill every other
fall in
woman
love with
that
her for the
crossed
first
my
time.
line of sight.
I would make every other female. I would burn their faces so that way I could only see my beautiful wives.
You want to know what's funny is I'm just like my mother, but we're both super kind to people, so people think we're flirting with them. So my dad had to constantly get people to stop bothering her. And he has a funny story because there's an older guy in a bar who's like in his 40s hitting on my mom, and my mom's just like, I'm having the best conversation ever. It's really cute. She's literally like, I met a random stranger and I'm having a great time chatting. This is awesome. The guy's like, I'm gonna get some from this blonde. And my dad walks over and the guy waves him off like, I'm getting somewhere. You need to go. And
Bro was trying to be the Grizzly Bear.
my dad just puts his arm around my mom and is like, hi, I'm her husband. How can we-"
Based.
What I have to eat.
And the
Fucking
guy is
based.
still
Wow,
pissed.
way too dark.
But he walks away after a bit. And my dad's just like, did you not know what was going on? And my mom was like, I had a great conversation. I don't know what was
W
going on."
dad. See,
That's
I'm like
holy
I'm
shit.
like the opposite, where it's like if anyone is remotely nice to me, then I'm like, they're totally bullshitting right now.
Yeah. Wow. So your mom just thought like everybody wants to have a nice conversation with her?
Yeah, she was just like, people like chatting. And she
Oh,
was this
bless her
super
soul.
aggressive. I know,
Bless
she
her soul. Oh my god, she's being like such a troll and she doesn't even know it. Too,
I'm like totally
at
the same.
time.
I am totally the same way though. Like, if I like once I get past like being extremely introverted, then like I am like loyal as fuck.
Mm-hmm. The only way to live.
Man, you suck.
It's like
I will say though,
That
like
means two
it's also
things in
fun
this
to like
context.
Spike planted.
out of nowhere, like it's kind of fun to like I don't know, flirt around, I guess, because like I don't know, the few times that I talk with people, like why not like try and make it a little fun, but obviously not flirt all the fucking time. That's just gross.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, if I wasn't attracted to somebody,
That's why I flirt with Doe all the time. Sorry, Claire.
well, no.
One
I
enemy
mean,
remaining.
he's free game, isn't he? It's for the boys.
He's for the boys. That's
Listen,
something I
man,
never
it is
want to
not-
hear if
it's
I'm in a
not-
gang.
It's not gay if it's with the boys. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's not good for the boys. And I mean, the Marines got him first. So they ran him through the mill.
true.
Yeah, Claire. By the time Claire met Doe, he was already used by 40 dudes.
All right.
No, I don't do the flirting thing because
At
I
that point.
It's like,
I don't do the flirting thing because my like actual number one biggest fear is like making people uncomfortable. And like
Yeah. I try and like I compliment. Maybe that's what I mean to say. Like, I compliment the people like out of randomness or something. I don't know. You just gotta be memorable in somebody's mind because like if I don't talk with a whole lot of people, which I don't like talking to, but at the same time I like interacting with people, you gotta make it memorable.
Find you.
That's why I say a bunch of stuff that will get me canceled every time we play.
Marked one. Bring them down.
I don't know. I don't interact well with people like on the first like meeting or whatever. But like I am just straight up introvert.
Oh, that was a good one actually. Oh my god, it's so much fun playing as Raze, but it sucks.
One enemy remaining. Spike down B.
Do you see him anywhere?
So,
Probably on Krayzee,
Newt,
buddy.
do you like? Yeah, he's probably in tunnels or something.
Cat.
Never mind.
He tried to teleport, and I ran right by him.
What were you saying?
I
Kurt?
open
So-
their minds. Find the
I was
weakness.
gonna say like you don't try and like I don't know, flirt or try and do something to make a girl laugh or a guy. I don't know your preference, but probably a guy. Anyway, you don't try and do something to make it memorable.
No, because
So
I
you,
don't.
like-
I don't want to be like the creep who like is
Here's-
like harassing women.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
The
like,
best-
what's your
the
definition
best-
of flirting? What's your
Hold
definition
on.
of flirting?
The best advice I can give for flirting without making people feel uncomfortable, because I totally get it. I was raised in the Northwest, like we were the uber fragile fucking all that
Find
jazz.
you.
The best
Oh,
advice I
wow.
can give for flirting is that there's nothing more
Bring
attractive
them down.
than someone who
You want to
actually
find
just
it. They're blind with
enjoys
fear.
Be
themselves
bolts.
and is just who they are. That's super attractive, right? And
Yeah.
yes, it's not going to work for everybody, but for the people you want to attract, it's going to be attractive enough.
You know
You
what
know?
I find
Yeah.
I struggle with is like I feel like I am, you know, I'll just use it. I don't really like saying these two terms like so often, like introvert and
down A.
extroverted. So I don't really
One
know
enemy
like
remaining.
which more is like my true self. or-
It's
definitely
not,
a little bit both.
It's definitely
like, you know.
well. When I was getting onboarded for the internship at my church, the head pastor was like, like an introvert or extrovert isn't like how you are like with his like people. It's like how you gain your energy. So it's like if you
Last
gain,
round
Yeah.
is in
like
the
if you get
hat.
energy
Fully.
from
Nothing
being
will
around a
save
bunch
that.
of people, then that makes you an extrovert. Or if
See, that's the thing that's
I like
super
that.
stressful for me right now is because I've been dealing with this job. Like I'm so anxiety filled, and like anytime you go out, you're trained to if you bump into an officer or someone above you, you're gonna be harassed and like da da da. Like so, I don't want
Is
to
that
go
real?
out. Oh, 100%. But
Oh
in
damn.
reality, what it is that I am still extroverted. You know, when Claire and I go out, guess who's the one that gets more energy because we're going out to do things?
Still
Me,
waiting.
because I'm the extrovert.
Marked one.
She's the introvert. She likes the more intimate. Hey, it's just you and me, and she gets energy off of that. And so then,
well, I mean,
we're
yeah,
at the
but
fucking-
I feel that definitely comes more from being in a relationship. I think.
Yeah.
yeah, but it's still like that is where like she gets that from anything. You know, if she's just hanging out with her and her brothers, she loves that. If she's hanging out with her and like one friend, she has a great time.
Yeah.
If we go to a fucking big public thing, she doesn't drive as much as she usually does.
Yeah, I don't know.
You know,
I think
whereas
that's
me,
kind of
If I go
more
to a bar,
ambivert then.
even though I don't want to deal, yeah, if I don't want to deal with a lot of people at the bar, that's more
Damn
me
it.
being like a more form of high maintenance. But at the same time, it's like I still get more energy. You know,
One
if we're out on the
enemy
town
remaining.
and shit like.
Yeah.
So there's a difference there.
I feel like whenever I'm around people and like I
Switching
try
sides.
and like gain more
Match
energy to
point.
be more noticeable and all that kind of stuff, I feel like I only get a headache. So I don't know if that's
but
being
that's-
extroverted or
This
For
is
me,
not
I just
necessarily
physically
rely
can't.
towards one or the other.
For me, I just physically can't, just because I get super easily overstimulated when there's
Oh yeah.
like a lot of
Like, coffee doesn't
when there's
compare.
like when there's a lot of sound and like different like smells and whatnot, like I get overstimulated. I rarely get visually overstimulated, but because my other senses are like so like just like hopped up from not being able to see well. Like auditory, physical, like senses like that are
Caution here.
on top of having ADHD. Does not
Hey.
help with.
Yeah, imagine that would
Find
be.
you. Marked one.
I wonder
Tree.
how far that'll go. Yeah, there's Sova there.
Satchel out. Reloaded. Bring them down.
Oh, she's so dead.
Blind with fear.
God damn it, 68 Sage.
But like, I've never like been doing like a big concert before, and truthfully, I didn't know how I would do at one.
Oh, I want to go to one so bad.
I want to go to one
You know
just to
what's-
try it, but I'm not sure if I would like it.
There.
I
Yeah,
feel
I-
good.
you know what-
I would
enough
do
to know
one,
that,
but I
like,
could
I
do
do
one
really
for
well
like
at them.
15 minutes, and then I would have to go find
One
somewhere
enemy
quiet. to-
remaining.
Air heaven.
You know
Air
what's
heaven, air
sad, but
heaven.
also like really cool, and I'm thankful to live in this time of age. My first concert was legit the Fortnite Marshmallow concert, which say what you want,
Oh god.
it was awesome. I don't care, man.
Easy
Like it was
is.
just that was a time when I really listened to Marshmallow and I really played Fortnite, and it was just an experience.
I mean, to an extent, I agree with that because I literally just watched the pro Valorant fucking grand finals, and I've watched CS majors, but like at the same time, it's not the same.
Yeah.
There's something
Yeah,
about
well,
being
that's
surrounded by
at least for
hundreds,
someone
if
that
not
has
thousands of people who are a good majority of them coked out of their minds, and the other majority are so high on euphoria that they just get super weird. It's there's something
I've
about
been to baseball games, and that's like that is just like if you want to see alcoholic NPCs, go to a baseball game because oh my
Bro,
I
have
mean,
you
if
ever-
want to take it a
wait,
step above? Go to a
did you guys
fucking
see this
EDM
one-
concert.
Did you guys see
I
this
think I
one
would
clip,
actually rather shoot myself in the foot than go to an EDM concert. I'm not gonna lie.
They're fun. If you do it right, they can be a blast.
That would definitely
have you seen this
be
one?
far too overstimulating for me.
Have you seen this one clip about this one guy who went to a club and he shat himself because of drugs?
Don't shoot, don't shoot.
Is that a surprise?
And I'm blind again.
Did Cray just bug out of Discord?
Maybe.
Seems like it.
No, I'm here.
Whoever, Cray, you have Spike. Go play.
Oh, my bad. I don't know when I got it.
Honestly, don't know. One's market.
Silva's market, and I'm whiffing all my shots.
Bring them down. We found one. We'll catch them.
Oh, hey, Sage.
Oh,
Give me a second.
what? How did he head tap me while he was getting pulled by the thing? Okay, well.
123 on Sage to your left.
You know, I definitely couldn't. I don't think I could do like a dubstep
One
or like a
enemy remaining.
EDM concert or like a rave or something like that. I wouldn't be able
Yeah,
to.
there.
What would you guys feel?
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to get that kill. What would you guys feel if you ever went to a strip club? I feel like I could never.
I
Go there and
couldn't.
take
I
it
couldn't just
seriously.
because I don't morally agree with it.
I could
fully.
never go there
So-
and take it seriously because I am not paying anything there.
I'm.
I won't argue against the don't morally agree with it thing because it's fair. When you go in, you're just
No,
like,
not
especially
even
if
that.
you're
I
self-
understand like why people work there. It's more like practicing
Yeah.
abstinence for
No, no,
me.
no. I get, but like from a support perspective, I totally get why it's like that's not really what I would want to do.
Right.
Fully agree, but like,
Match
so for
found.
me, it was like I've gone to a strip club 3 times. Once was in my 19th birthday. I was in Canada.
Holy shit.
My grandparents live up there, so I go there for the holidays. And my grandfather owns a restaurant up there, so I would work there in the summers. A lot of the people that I worked with were like, "Hey, 19's the legal age here. We're gonna take you out." You know, a lot of these were kids that grew up in
Is
very
it not-
rich areas, and they just worked at
is
a
it not
restaurant
18
that
everywhere?
my grandfather owned.
No, over here it's
some
21.
provinces. Over here it's 21.
Really?
Well, because
some-
it's
Some
alcohol.
provinces in Canada are 18 and some are
Ah,
19.
true.
I think it's BC and is it Manitoba or is it Quebec that are 19? There's like 2 or 3 provinces in Canada that are
Yeah.
19 as a drinking age.
Yeah.
So that was the thing is I was doing those. So they took me out to a strip club. It was a very nice, very fancy place. It was fun. I didn't really do a whole lot. It was really weird
Big
tipping
tits.
with, you know, you couldn't tip with loonies and toonies because they don't have $1 bills there. They have a dollar coin and a $2 coin. So you had to tip with $5 bills. And I was like, this is a lot of money. And
The fact
yeah,
that I
it
know
was
what a
cool.
loony and toonie is.
Yeah,
Most people put a
unfortunately.
magnum in my mouth. I want to
You guys
suck
are
on the
close enough to
barrel of a
Canada.
magnum.
Oh,
Alright, the
please,
freedom
I'm
unit.
getting the AR-15. I want the
other
227, boy.
the other 2 times I went to a strip club were both when I was in Vegas. One was for my 21st. I went up and a buddy of mine took me to a strip club at like 11 after midnight.
You got to go in more
It
detail
was-
with the
it was-
Vegas one,
it
to be
was-
honest.
It was well after midnight.
Yeah,
and I
Vegas
was
is like-
so drunk. It was my
Vegas is-
21st, and we were in there so long, and I got so drunk that some fucking stripper conned me into going to a private room and paying for it, and then I was there.
How
when I
much?
came out- When my it was like $100 and something dollars.
Oh, I
Uh,
could do that.
Oh,
And then my
Rip.
buddies like ended up pulling me out, and when we left, when the fucking driver went and took us home, it was like sunlight out, and I was like, "Yo, I fucked up." And then the
Bro.
other time was when my brother turned 21. We took him to Vegas, and he doesn't drink, but we still took him to a strip club. It's like it was like a rite of passage kind of thing. It's like we're going to Vegas for your 21st. You may not be drinking, but we're still gonna take you to a strip club. We put the sash on him, like the Miss America sash that said like birthday boy. and we put a tiara on it, and we took her to this fucking strip club, and we paid for lap dances for her and stuff. So like, I've been in strip clubs 3 times, and they're fun. They're like a rite of passage.
You know, I
Outside
don't.
of that, they're not.
I want to enjoy it just from abstinence perspective. But like, I don't know. For my 21st, I just plan on going to like a casino.
One enemy remaining.
For my 21st, I just drank.
Flawless.
For my 21st, I just drank alcohol for the first time at a really good steak place. It was pretty lit.
That's the difference though, is that like my family was big on, like my mother was obviously a kind of a helicopter mom, but she tried really hard to be, I'm the cool mom. My dad was like,
sorry, wait, hold up. Define helicopter mom.
Hovering.
always hovering. She was emailing my teachers throughout high school and college to ask about how I was doing in classes, to make sure I was doing okay.
Oh, I
and
thought
if I needed
helicopter
any
means
help.
like she would like not to be disrespectful, but I thought you meant that as like
my mother is a
being-
helicopter mom, and it's not in any way a huge issue. It's just
No.
I could
There's
text
actually
her right
nothing.
now
In fact,
and
I would
say,
prefer.
Hey, Mom, I could text her
Oh,
right now
yeah,
and say,
Sam.
"Hey, Mom, some shit came up. I need $1,000," and she would be like, "I got you."
Spike down B.
Like drop that. She'd fucking send that shit over.
Yep.
And
I
like,
thought
that's
helicopter mom
great,
mean like she
but
just go.
It's a problem because it doesn't allow me to, you know, deal with myself.
Yeah. I definitely say that there's nothing wrong with being hovery, like as a parent. But it's like you know, it gets to a
Yeah.
point where like you have to let them live somewhere. Like there's definitely
One
too
enemy
much.
remaining.
My ultimate's ready.
I mean, would you? It's better to know what your kid is doing than not know at period.
Yeah, but to an extent, you deny them a lot of learning.
Yeah,
Oh,
you gotta,
that's
you know,
another one.
sometimes you gotta let them fall.
There can
Yeah.
only be
Oh
one.
yeah,
Just told my
you
parents
also
that.
No,
gotta
I
push
mean,
them too.
no,
You gotta let my brother
I
fall.
definitely understand. Like,
He's not gonna bust
don't
his face.
don't like let your kid like
Let's do
fucking
this.
pass away or something.
Right.
But you know, don't
Speak for
baby
yourself.
them until they're 25.
Mhm.
Dude, why is it like? I don't know why I'm saying this. Like, I don't know. Feel like I get like excited to like parent a living being to give it a better life than I did. But what like, wouldn't I rather want the life that I want to give to myself? You know, isn't that weird?
Huh?
Mm,
Like
Not that
like
it's
you want a better
weird.
life, but you're also excited to give it to someone else.
They're hopping mid, by the way.
Man, you suck.
Yeah,
I'll find you.
that is unfortunate.
Come on, let's go.
Yeah, no, Cray, I don't really understand what you're saying.
Never mind. It's too much to talk about, and I have too much of a headache to say it again.
Spike planted.
Brrrr.
Where did my bullets go there? Holy shit.
Ugh.
Last player standing.
We are getting spat on this game.
When do you
Alright,
plan on
pretty
having kids? If you do.
As soon as Claire's willing
One
to.
enemy remaining.
As soon as what?
As
Huh?
soon as Claire's willing
What'd
to
you say?
sign the marriage documents.
Balls in your court,
Pretty much,
Claire.
because we all know it's
Oh
definitely
no,
not
no,
that
it
I'm
isn't.
holding out on the proposal.
What do you
It's
mean?
definitely that she's.
I gave him a ring to give me.
All good.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about.
And you know what's worse? Every time I bring up marriage, he's like, "No, you can't do that because now you're thinking about it." And then he'll bring up marriage,
Yeah,
and he's
it's
like,
gotta be a
"It's like
surprise."
a joke."
How
And
are
I'm
you gonna
like,
have a cute Instagram moment
why
if you're
can't I-
prepared for it at every moment?
Well, I'm not because
this
it's only
dude.
10 minutes later. I've already forgotten.
Joe's trying to have a whole
Likely excuse.
MTV TV crew behind him by the time he proposed.
Yes.
Like, no, you're expecting it. No. Now I have to hire them for next month.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. I think the most important thing is just making sure you're financially stable.
Where are you?
Yeah,
It's so
that's
wild
right.
that it costs so much to just ask, "Hey,
Spike
you want to be with
down A.
you want to be with me?"
Well, it's not even that. Raising a kid is goddamn expensive.
Oh, the kid thing is different from marriage.
One
Like you
enemy.
gotta,
Well,
you
marriages
gotta,
are also
you gotta pay somebody.
marriages are also. Granted, it's Western culture, but marriages are
Switching
expensive as
sides.
shit.
I think you're.
Their teeth
Yeah.
will chatter in
I-
the
Like,
cold.
Like those
Maybe.
to get married out of
Her-
country. To get married out
Listen,
of
the
America.
only one who wants an expensive wedding here is her heritage. That's it. I don't
What
want
do
an
you
expensive
mean?
wedding.
I told you I wanted a small wedding, and you're like at least 200 people, and I'm like, that's huge.
That is a
Yeah,
lot.
but you want,
That is huge.
You want to get married in the Catholic Church because you're Catholic.
200
Yeah, I don't
people
need a
is
huge
my entire
wedding.
church's congregation.
Okay,
I'm not even
but
joking.
I could go to my grandfather's restaurant and say I want to get married at this restaurant, and he'd do it for free.
Well,
That's
I think
beautiful.
I think
That's
if,
actually
I think you do
beautiful.
have to like get it done by like someone who's legally able to do so.
Yeah,
Like,
a,
the
a
ceremony.
minister, so to
Yeah.
speak. But that's the point. Is it's like it wouldn't actually take. Ooh, that sucked.
I'll find you.
We've already
Oh,
discussed
you're
the
just.
plan. We're gonna have a small church wedding and then a bigger outdoor one.
Yeah, but that's the point. Because of your faith, we want 2 weddings.
I make like almost 4,000 a month. Chill.
But the point, is like, if it was up to me, we would go get a church
Oh,
wedding, and
damn.
we would just do like a cozy ass, my family connections wedding.
So I think you just need
Well,
to
I think
sit down with.
there's
sit down with
definitely a
Claire.
difference. Like you can separate
happy
the
to
wedding
do
and the ceremony. Like have the actual like wedding bit, and then just hold like the
What an
ceremony
amazing
like with more
reception.
people if you want to, or like the reception. Yeah.
Listen, I'm not acting like she's somehow spoiled and wants this big glamorous, spend all the money on me.
That's what
wedding.
it sounds like.
I'm very aware that her, like,
her
based
rules
off
and
her
we'll
own traditions, the father of the bride would pay for the wedding. So, like, it wouldn't come out of my pocket. It's more just like if it was up to me, I'd want a. If it was up to me,
Cheapskate.
I'd want a court wedding. No, shut up. If it was up to me, I'd want a court wedding just for us, just so we can say we got married, and then everyone else, for their sake, we can do some big fancy thing that they put on the front.
Yeah,
end,
yeah.
Because I'm not willing.
What, like
I would like
Disneyland?
to celebrate.
Like
I would
going
like a
into
very
like
traditional
the
wedding, but-
DMV or wherever to like get the papers signed or whatever.
Are you
Yeah.
DMV? Are you getting your driver's license?
I don't know where the frick you do marriage stuff. I'm literally 19 and retarded.
You have to go to.
I'm literally 21 and
You have to go to
retarded.
Judge Casino.
I'm 19, retarded, and single
All right,
as
if you
humanly possible.
if you could drive past, if you could drive through the cones without breaking them, then you can marry her.
Careful now.
Man, you suck beyond hell.
Come on, let's
The,
go.
the new Resident Evil 3 game.
Resident Evil 4, excuse you.
Resident Evil
One
69.
enemy
Resident
69
Evil
this
Village.
monster dick.
I want to get.
69 this monster dick. 69 this monster dick. 69 this monster dick, ho. I'm flashed. Man, you suck beyond hell.
Secondly, Resident Evil 4 is about to be amazing. How dare you?
Match point.
And it was amazing.
Are they doing a remake or something?
Yes, they are. It
Nice.
looks beautiful.
Yeah, I need to upgrade my PC for Twitter.
No, but I like,
have-
it's a weird middle ground where I'm like, listen, I want to harass Claire for her beliefs and all that jazz, but like, only because it's gonna make the way. Like,
Period. That's it.
People in the military are like, why don't you just marry your girlfriend? I'm like, well, I want to, and they're like, so just do it. I'm like, no, there's. I was like,
Joke's
listen,
over.
even,
You're dead.
Yeah,
even
I don't
if
know how
and I've
marriage
said this
works
for the last like.
with Catholics.
I've said this for a while, but I was like, listen, even if I offered to marry her right now and propose and all that jazz, it's like the amount of time it would take between how we want to have our marriage
Typical.
and how long it would take to schedule the ceremony and stuff, it'd be a minute, So
Where are
it's not that it's like a problem. It's just that the ceremony would take so long to plan, and the amount of people we would need to invite would take a while to get here, et cetera, et cetera.
One
It would
enemy
just be
remaining.
a long period of time that
Yeah.
it's not going to be a quick thing. Because I don't know if maybe it's a guy thing, but like in my head, when you ask someone to marry you, you get married pretty
Last
quickly.
player
after,
standing.
you know?
Damn.
I mean, I suppose, but I know people like who stay engaged for months or years even.
What does engaged
Like-
mean again?
Attackers win.
Like,
You proposed a marriage, you promised to be married, you're just waiting for the ceremony to officiate it.
yeah, or like you're
That's-
like in the
again-
middle of getting all the documents signed if you're not like
Right.
doing it through a ministry or whatever.
And
Well, I think
not
I think a lot of
full on
people
her,
do
it's
both
just-
these days, is they do it through a church and documents. Because because outside of just getting like the marriage, like license or whatever, I think it's like, you know, you gotta join your bank accounts and all that.
You don't have to.
Well,
You have to
You
do
don't have to, but it's-
generally,
it's a good-
yeah,
it's
like
a good
taxes
idea.
and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't really pay attention to marriage benefits like that. I just care about like, is this person gonna piss me off when I just want to sit on my couch or something, or if she's gonna be affecting me or not? Like literally, that's all it is.
Everyone is afraid of.
Without getting too mushy, like it's really hard to find even like friends that like you could just be 100% and you don't have to like change anything. Like, oh yeah, this person's here. I gotta like change this little thing.
Well, the hookup culture has ruined that
Ah
significantly.
man, I'm not even gonna lie. That seems it almost seems like a why not thing, but also like I don't like people to the point where I don't even want to try that, even if it is just for like, yay, they get pleasure or something.
I don't even like, even if like I were to like wait till I'm married to like fuck or whatever, I don't even think I would still be like a big part of it. And that's just because I don't interact with people like enough.
I think
wanna
the problem with
say-
what you're saying is that the hookup culture has an influence. But what you're confused with is people who hook up versus the ability to differentiate between
Hey, Slim.
casual sex and people who manipulate others. So like my roommate goes through Tinder dates on a regular basis and then will just he'll
With you and I on the
smash
field,
and pass,
the
so to
enemy's
speak.
plans
He'll
will
smash,
crumble.
call it a day, move on to the next.
Yeah, I
right?
wouldn't.
And
I would
I've
not.
talked to- I've
I
talked
wouldn't
to a
be.
dude.
I wouldn't do that like regardless
Right.
of like my faith or whatever.
I feel like
I've talked
that's
to a dude who is like, listen, like I don't mean to be rude, but like anytime I hook up with a girl, once I've smashed them, I just get bored and I'm not interested. It's more of a conquest. And that's
Well,
I think
I get that mindset. I don't know if I necessarily agree with it, but I understand what
No,
they're
I don't
saying.
either.
I understand the
But, like,
mindset, but
I've-
it's definitely not the.
Yeah.
In my opinion, at least, it's not necessarily the right one to have.
I got you.
'Cause it's
I
like,
got you. But
you
so
know,
that's the
I was raised on the mindset. It's like, hey, you know, that's like something you're supposed to do with like, you know, that's like literally, you know, like you do that shit to have kids, or whatever. So it's like you.
I will
you know,
say,
make
though-
sure
Totally agree with
it's
that,
like,
but like so
you
the
know,
thing
someone
for me
that
is
you know is gonna be worth it.
I had hookup culture behaviors where I was like, hey, I don't need to date this person forever, but I would like, just hook up kind of thing. And I did that for a while. The problem was is that people somehow thought that
Spike
you
down B.
had to be either
One enemy remaining.
smash and dash kind of thing, or you had to date them. And I was like, no, I was friends with these people. We
Try harder.
had a sort of mutual companionship, but it wasn't a romantic interest. We both knew that,
Listen up. Kill them before
romantically
they
we
kill us.
couldn't last
Go,
the
go.
long term. So we enjoyed our time together, we grew from each other, and we developed in that regard. So like there is a nice middle ground that is a positive of hookup culture, because I mean, there's so many people that are like, oh, I married my husband or wife, it's great, and then they get to the sex aspect and the intimate part of it, and they're like, I don't.
Yeah,
think
that's why
they
you
do.
have like that's why I disagree with like wait till marriage thing is like if you're not compatible in all aspects of the relationship, that's gonna be like convenient or inconvenient for the both of you, then like, you know, it's not gonna work out then.
Some may.
So if you don't even try that part,
Yeah, I definitely
then-
I kind of understand that, but I feel like, you know, I mean, I would say, and you're totally fine with that opinion. That's totally valid.
Yeah.
But for me, it's like, I don't know. That's kind of like, obviously, yeah, like that's like an
One
important
enemy
factor,
remaining.
but like that is definitely lower on the list than just like, hey, do I enjoy, you know, would I enjoy having this person around for the rest of my life type. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
you know, like that's you know, much
Let's just
lower
put it
on the
this way.
list of my priorities.
Let's put it this way. You spend enough time around one person, eventually you will fight. Point blank, period.
Oh yeah.
Right.
You're gonna have.
Well,
you're gonna hold on.
the thing
Listen,
with
listen,
marriage
listen,
is
listen,
the
listen,
ability
listen,
to
listen,
resolve
listen.
it.
Oh my God, bro.
Hey,
Bro, dude, Newt, can you let me finish as opposed to cutting me off
No.
and like completely stealing my point?
Die.
No, he's
I'm kidding. Go ahead.
ADHD much?
no, it's because he's black.
That too.
What were you saying, Slim? I'll let you
So
talk
hard-
if no one else
It's
wants
so
to
hard
let you
to fucking get a point across in this fucking.
Well, stop being so
You-
fragile, Slam. Aren't you?
I'm
supposed
not
to be
being
adult
fragile.
here?
I'm trying to get the point across without having to scream it across.
talk louder.
I'm hearing a little bit of fragility.
Okay, I'll say what I
Like-
wanted to say then.
Like American Pie senior year for sorry, that's virginity.
Would you just let him talk?
All I was trying to say is that you spend enough time around one person,
Damn it.
you're going to fight.
Right.
With that being said, you don't disown your best friend because he doesn't have the same interests as you,
True.
or she doesn't have the same interests as you. So why are you going to disown your wife or your significant other because they don't have the same interests as you?
Right.
Spike planted.
Slim, the
No,
slight difference.
I totally agree with that.
Wait,
That's
hold-
like-
wait.
Go ahead.
Bro.
Your wifey or your hubby is supposed to be your best friend. Point blank, period. If you disagree with that, you are wrong in the relationship. When you get married and say, I do, you are now becoming one person between you and that other person. Your
Right.
relationship is
Correct.
between you and that other person, not between you and that other person and her parents, not you and that other person and my parents, not you and that person and her friends, is between you and her. So with that being said, y'all two need to work on your shit together. Other than that,
Back up. I'm out.
you literally will fight, you will argue, you will literally have arguments that last weeks sometimes.
Right. Well,
But
I think
like Newt said, if you resolve
Last round in the half.
with that person, whether you're in a beginning relationship, whether you're in a relationship that's been for, let's say, like a couple years, whether you've been married for a couple years, as long as you can resolve your differences at the end of the day and be happy with one another, that is who you should be with.
right.
Slim, the slight difference with what we talk about is like back to your original point where like you're gonna get angry with that person eventually at the end of the day. But was that with the same argument about like if you wait till marriage to have sex and then like you disagree with it?
Nah, I think that was just like an overall. I think he was trying to make.
I was just saying
Well, I mean,
an
I just-
overall point.
Like in
As far as what DohBoy consistently says, as far as waiting for sex till marriage, I think that's complete
One
bullshit.
enemy remaining.
100%. As somebody that was raised religious and his parents got saved when he was 8 years old, and quite literally threw all the sexual movies and sexual music and sexual magazines and toys and literally everything out,
Excuse me?
dude, it was it was ridiculous. I will tell you about my life story later. But as somebody that was raised super religious,
Go, go.
and I mean super religious to the point where no point in the Quran does it say to kill infidels. Just FYI for you.
Ah.
That I think that
Raised
the whole
Thanks for the heads up.
no, all I'm saying is like the I was taught to evangelize to
I've got
people,
your
meaning
Wait,
that I
hold
had
on,
to
hold
go
on. Why did you just say I was raised so religiously and then reference the Quran?
because
that's religion.
that is religion, dog. And if you
Muslim.
actually
Why
know
would you
anything
reference
about
the
being,
Quran
can
if
you
that wasn't
listen,
the
dude?
Religious perspective you were raised
Dude,
on?
you're not
That's
you're
such
not
a
listening.
weird-
You're not listening. You're not listening. You're just assuming. You're assuming and you're assuming.
No, but
so
that's
please
not an assuming
listen,
thing. That's what you inferred. That's
dude. Okay, if you would have listened to the rest of my topic, you wouldn't have like just assumed a bunch of shit right now. So what I was gonna say is,
Sorry.
as somebody that was religious and was raised Christian, one thing that they teach in a true Christian church is to evangelize to other people, as well as to learn other cultures, beliefs,
sides.
and other religions,
Right.
so that you can combat them with what you have to bring up.
Well,
I
but
don't
the
necessarily agree with that statement.
well, it's
But
not.
that's exactly what happened to me. So with that being said, whether you
It's-
believe it
That's
or
fair.
not, that's what
That's
happened.
fair.
I mean,
I got
yes,
that,
we
but I would
in my
I would argue
church.
that good Christians want that mindset to be taught, but I don't think
It's the
Christian faith as a
mindset, but
whole
it's also
statistically
being
teaches
taught.
that.
It's also being taught the correct way to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Is-
if
is
you're
the
looking at
biggest-
somebody
is the
go
biggest
OC
issue.
as a
Way most
Christian,
people are taught.
then yes, he's not teaching that.
Slim,
But if you're
at
looking,
like a 9, I need you to take it down to a 5. You need to
I think we
chill.
should just listen to Andrew Tate.
We're having
we need to treat women
very
disrespectfully.
I don't wanna hear him
well-spoken
wheeze, he has lung
discussions. I
cancer.
need you to chill. All right?
fair enough.
All right. Thank you, bud.
I think we just need to abandon all our religions and just listen to Andrew Tate. Simple as that. Like, is that so hard?
All right, freaking.
He's a
8
top
rounds.
G.
I'm rich, bro.
He's a top G.
No, but I totally like
One enemy remaining.
it. You actually basically, Slim, you just circle back to a point that we were already making earlier, is that like the entire point of Christianity is like evangelize, but the reason people hate it so much is that the way that people go about doing it is so
Yes.
I don't want to play.
forceful.
It's
and
because they're
instead
ignorant.
yeah,
I'll find
it's
you.
extremely ignorant, and like even I noticed that. Like it's like yeah, I can understand why people don't like our group because like
Yeah.
And that's
well,
where
it's
I
the
was
loud
coming
it's the
from
loud
as far as-
minority from what I've seen because you know the group that you know like it really
Yeah.
depends on where you are. Like the people I know are
Spike down
amazing
B.
people. They are fantastic. I would like some of my best friends, and you know, extremely loving and whatnot. But yes, there is also like the loud minority of like you need to not be a gay, you know, like down in like
Yeah, and that's
southern
bullshit, bro.
land, which is like yeah,
I
totally
like
agree.
Claire's version of Christianity, where or no, she says Catholicism is like that.
Catholicism and Christianity are pretty similar.
No, don't do that. Don't do
They're
that.
they're
'Cause
similar.
no,
in
you don't mean no
Mm.
Catholic guy out there
There's a
evangelizing to other people.
the way
If
I
only they're
I like-
passive aggressively evangelizing.
No,
That's-
I mean
that's
like
Catholicism.
I mean in their beliefs, not in the way they act. I like to I joke around with Catholicism just being Christianity with extra steps because it literally is.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair
I
enough.
like to think it is more dedicated.
More
I agree with
dedicated,
Claire.
but
I agree
yes,
with Claire.
I will say that
I was Catholic.
a lot of the what I just from what I've seen out of the Catholic Church is that they're a little
What,
too
little boys?
too over the top about it, but it's like
Let's just put it this way. I went to
We all
CCD.
had the same, the way I view it, we all had the same source material, and a lot of people took issue with some of it and decided to go different ways.
You're basically explaining Elden Ring.
Spike down A.
so you were
Yeah.
thrown into this open world called Limgrave.
So every fandom
Ye
has
tarnish.
putting it. All right. Anyways, so everything has a toxic side to it. So.
Oh yeah, no. Literally every conceivable thing has
Except me.
some type of
Except me.
Cray, the toxicity is your breath, all right? Calm it down.
Okay, that's fair. I'm not even gonna lie.
If I have said anybody, I apologize. But all I was trying to say is that I was raised Catholic first, then I was Christian because my dad got saved after watching Passion of the Christ.
Oh.
Okay, he came out of that movie with tears, and he was just like, "I'm saved." Anyways, and I went through years of
There's a
hopping
vandal
from
behind
church
you,
to church to church, and I learned about all different religions and what people believe and how they believe it. Not much anymore because I could really give two shits about it.
Last
But
player
yeah, at one
standing.
point I was really dedicated to this whole like being a Christian
30
thing and
seconds
getting saved and wanting to tell other people about the good news. And then I had somebody just like shut me down and I couldn't bring myself out of it.
I have a
And it was
question.
while
Yeah, no, I totally get that. I was
I have a
I was
question.
also raised. Hold on,
Match
Cray, sorry.
point.
I was also raised Christian, and up until
You
a few
bitch.
years ago, I just totally accepted it until.
Straight up got in front of the line, cutting me off.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah,
continue, I
yeah.
guess. Man, I can't wait when you're impressed again.
February.
Go on with your story.
But no, I was.
Yeah, it is.
I was just
It's in the
like, I was just taught to accept it, but like, it would always kind of bother me when like people would like, it's like that's actually a pretty good point against it until a few years ago when I started doing my own research, and so now I'm like,
Fully smoked.
like learning, if you've ever heard of apology, or
apologetics.
yeah,
yes.
apologetics, not apology. That's when you say.
Oh, yeah.
That definitely
You
helps
fuck.
solidify it. But I mean, it's like I love sharing that stuff with people, but at the end of the day, it's like they're entitled to do as they please. I can tell them as much as I want, but for them to change, it's entirely up to them.
Yeah, I
Agreed.
consider myself.
And I'm not
a
gonna
source-
I'm not gonna be a dickhead and force it on people because it's like
Alright, is it my turn now?
because then you're just like
Yeah.
driving people away further.
All right, my turn.
Yeah.
All right. I tried to go to church to get in some enlightenment, but all I got is chicken. It said church is chicken. Is that anything related to God?
Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie, dude.
This man
Player standing.
was waiting so long.
Just
Dude,
makes a really
absolutely.
dog water joke.
Wait, we weren't suffused. Oh man, this clip is going everywhere at once.
Going back to the whole conversation of like God, good and evil, and all that fun stuff.
And chicken.
Let's just put it this way.
True.
There's a book that's banned in the United States that's called the Book of Light. And it quite literally talks about the devil being God and God being the bad guy. and it's banned.
That's
Most-
literally every anime.
I have seen stuff like that, but from
It's such a weird mindset to push.
yeah, I mean, it's like
All I'm
I
saying
get-
is like,
I get it.
why would
It's-
you ban that? Why?
yeah, why would you ban
Why?
it? I
no,
agree.
no, wait. It's literally every anime. Like they kind of believe in stuff like that, or it's just really popular. I can't really tell if it's like legit.
Yeah, no,
like,
it's
for-
definitely like
for
a.
anime, or-
You're definitely
I
I
mean,
don't know if
trying to like.
you go to China or Japan, these motherfuckers believe in curses. These motherfuckers believe in ghosts. These motherfuckers believe in all sorts of crazy shit.
Right,
And yet
but,
we're
like,
over here in America.
To
We think
have
we
a
know
book
everything.
that's like the devil is God and God is the bad guy. It's like
Oh, not
shit.
exactly like that, but like, it explains like how the
that's
devil.
what you just said though.
No,
Okay,
no,
I'm
he was
paraphrasing. Do you want me to quote the fucking "Thy Lord is thy devil, and he loveth upon you, and therefore God has smiteth upon you." Blah blah. And then, bro, another thing to go based on the topic of like the whole good and bad and everything. If you look chronologically at God, he is a very mean, grumpy, old, unjust old man.
Says
Yep.
who?
What?
he literally oppresses a lot of people.
What are you talking about? He turned an entire fucking village to salt pillars because he could. Then on top of that, he flooded the entire population
lit.
of the earth just because he could. And then on top of that, he told Abraham to kill his only son because he could.
Fucking
think
lit.
you're-
Did
I
I
think
go
you're
on?
conflating-
He
I think
used
you're conflating
Moses.
because he could with a
One
more
enemy remaining.
altruistic
Makes three.
understanding of morals and lessons.
You're telling me that if you were a god, right? And you just decide to make this world and you make it just and
10
you
seconds
rested
left.
after you made it, and after you made it you looked at it and you said it was good. Couple months goes down the line and you're just like, okay, I'm gonna wipe everybody out except for 6 people and all the animals on the fucking earth, and I'm gonna put them on a gigantic boat and I'm gonna flood the fucking
Well,
I'm gonna flood the earth.
I'm gonna say that you do have that story a bit misconstrued because like.
Not
at-
only that, you're somehow acting as if it was some form of like some sort of child, like
Yeah,
I'm
like,
bored,
I
this is
don't
what I
like-
wanna
you know,
do.
yeah, no,
You're
you-
severely diminishing the impact of
It
what
was-
done.
It
No,
was
I know
it was
what was
done
done.
because
So
of
you're
how...
saying right now, no,
you can't just say,
Slim,
I know
Slim.
what
then
was
you're
done
saying
after
right
you just
now we should have a
misrepresented
flood.
it that
You're
way.
saying right now we should have a flood.
All right,
And you're
Slim,
saying also
I-
right now that there's things that should be happening by God.
Do you know the reason for the flood?
Yeah,
Yes.
it was because of how bad humanity had got, but the reason that we don't have a flood now is
It's because I was thirsty.
because of like the promised covenant.
I know
Yeah.
that. I know that. With the rainbow and everything, I get that.
Bro, but like the way you diminish it, bro. you're
Yeah,
like
it's
the
not
opposite
just
of
like
those
it's
people who
not
are like-
just because he
you're-
could. It's because like
The
people
who
were
like
like
aggressively stand on street corners and say you are full of sin,
Ow.
repent, or Jesus will, crucify you or some shit like that, and they have those weird ass signs. You're the opposite of that right now, where I'm like, bro, I
Last
want to go
player
to church
standing.
because of the way you're talking to me right
Spike
now.
down,
You're
B.
actually actively encouraging me to be devoutly Christian.
right.
because of
Did you guys
how
ever figure out why they
obnoxious
chose a
your
mole to
feelings
whack
right now.
and name the game
It's
Whack-a-Mole? Like, why
wild.
can't it be Whack-a-Duck? Like, why can't we
I think
why can't we
ducks
whack
makes it
ducks on the head?
flexible, and I don't think they have the reflexes for it. But I feel like a mole.
Yeah, but moles,
Right, but they
moles-
pop in and out of the ground, right? So they've got to have.
they're
the
literally a Diglett.
Whack a
They
meerkat.
they barely have a neck.
But they're also considered a pest, and they dig up people's lawns and ruin golf courses. So,
You know, what's to consider a pest? The lice on my hair. You want some?
no.
That is to say,
lice
Slim, a lot of
sucks.
the stuff is not necessarily. I mean, I guess I suppose at
And this is why we don't talk about religion.
in extreme layman's
No, no.
terms,
No, no, no,
yes. It
yes,
is
this
just
is why
'cause
we
he
don't talk
could.
about religion.
The problem-
You don't talk about
However-
politics. You don't talk about religion.
No, if you don't talk about it correctly, you don't talk about
Right.
these things. But
No,
you should
that's
be
your
able to talk
point
about
of
these
view,
appropriately.
dog. Just because you
Match found.
believe these things doesn't make them true, so therefore you have to put a lot of weight on them.
Well, that is the entire point of faith, yes.
Very
By
I'm
the
a very
daughterly
suspicious and
lights.
doubtful person that is agnostic, borderline atheist, and I'm
Where we
very
help.
devout Catholic. Like, if
I'm
I
meeting
can't
Cray.
have these conversations respectfully, then I wouldn't have the relationship I do. That's kind of the point.
Well, and
Um,
Slim, to be honest, I totally agree with you. Like, yeah, I hold my faith to be a Christian, but like, I could be 100% wrong. Like, I'm totally open to that idea.
Same
It's like-
here. And I know that I could be wrong, 100%,
But
and I don't even know what I believe.
The problem I have with a lot of what you do is that you do the opposite, where people will say like, well, there was full value in what God did in these stories. You're doing the opposite, where you're very aggressive, like there was no point to this. It's
Right.
ridiculous. And so, I think you have to have a more open mind to it. Like it's.
I do have an open
now,
mind, but
right?
you're
Hold
not
on.
thinking about it the full.
No.
Okay.
See again, but now you're coming off very aggressive. So now I'm like, bro, I don't even want
Holy
to. I don't
shit.
even want
I
to
need to
listen
share
to
this
what
with
you're
y'all.
saying. This is the point.
Cray,
So
what
like,
did you
my
just
point
find?
is, you have a daughter, right?
Where do I put
If
it in
your
the
daughter
Valorant
came
chat?
to you and was promiscuous or wanted to dabble in criminal drugs,
But
things like
Antarctica
that,
is cooler.
your reception of that would be different than you
Waiting for someone to notice.
yourself in your history, right? Because you are a protector of her and you want to, make sure she's safe and all that jazz. So you would have a more sort of defensive
Protective
mindset. For her,
mindset.
right?
Yes.
Right, exactly. And I'm not going to argue like what line you should draw. That's entirely your point. I
right,
won't
here we
ever
go.
argue that.
This
for
is what
you.
I found.
But the point is it's like from God's perspective, the entire human species is less than his own child. It's almost a pet. Because we're a whole existence below him. So like while he may love us like children, to put a very vague and
Match
probably
found.
wrong
We're
mindset on
annoying.
it, but to an extent we are dogs and cats that he views as his children. These weird dog moms and cat
I forgot
dads.
what the
Well,
whole thing is
shit.
called.
I mean,
Marriage
I don't-
ceremony.
No,
I
know.
personally don't
I don't wanna-
fully
I don't
agree
wanna-
with that. I know what you're trying to
I
say,
don't
though.
wanna I don't want to pigeonhole it, but it's like we're so much of a comprehension level below, because we lack omniscience and that kind of thing, and we're
Right.
very.
But I
finite
mean,
in
Oh
our
my God,
needs,
who
but
is
it's a whole
this?
level below. I don't want to say he doesn't view us as dogs. Like again, we are his children, all that jazz.
Right.
But like to an extent, we are so far below that what we comprehend as just and reasonable.
Oh
may
yeah,
not
is
necessarily be
entirely
the same for him.
is
From-
likely.
From a parent to a child, the level of protection is entirely different. Like you, maybe as a full-fledged, not even like as someone who's like, oh, I'm trying to discover my independence. As a full-fledged adult, you may be willing to let yourself go on certain things. But again, as I told Slam, and as he agrees to an extent, when you have a child, your parental protection changes. No
Right.
matter how much you'll forever let yourself get away with, you would do differently for your child. And that's fine. I would say that God has a different perspective. Am I going to argue that one is right or wrong? No, that's not the point. I think just the point is that every biblical story, you have to come out with the mindset of he understands existence in a different light than we do.
Well,
Now, does
the
that make
the
it okay?
the analogy that I've been taught just like over the last couple of years, like just in general in church, is like we only see like what's right in front of us type.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you zoom in on a picture really, really close, like you're not able to tell what it is. But
Right.
if you, from God's perspective, it's like you take it and zoom all the way out and you see everything. So it's like, then, you're right. It's hard to wrap our minds around because we are not God, obviously, is that,
Glad you're here, Sage.
You-
We can't lose.
it's like when you see everything,
My
that
guy.
kind of puts like a lot of other stuff into perspective type sort of thing. I don't know. I kind of had a stroke. Sorry.
I was just
I
about to
wish I
say,
was getting
deliver your
stroke.
I
point,
have
please.
to ask, I'm getting full surfer flashbacks.
So a good example I would think of is mindset of Claire and I were just talking about this the other day, and there was a comedian who talked about his mom let him steal candy from like the grocery store, and
was
those
very
like those like sample little like, oh, you pay for a bag by the pound of this obnoxious candy, and his mom would just let him fucking shovel his face in the store, and she was like, we can't let our child steal, and I went, that's not really the point. It's more of like, I wouldn't be that mad about it because in my mind, I would want my child to question why are certain things rules and why should they adhere to some of them in a certain respect. And she was like, I want my child to know the difference between right and wrong. And I'm like, I agree, but I also want my children to understand the difference of why they decipher right versus wrong. You know, and that's that higher level of understanding. And the more you exponentially increase that, the more you get into the conflict of, as you say, something where was this the right thing to do? Was it right to make a whole city turn into a pillar of salt? Was it right to flood the earth for its sin, etc.?
Oh,
Right. It's like yeah, because
after making the
like,
pillar of salt village,
yeah.
he also had the daughter, or he had a father and 2 daughters stay in a cave and
What are you
fuck each other
doing?
to repopulate the earth.
He didn't have them do that. Those daughters chose. To
All
have
I'm
sex
saying is
with their
like
dad.
some weird shit is in that book, man.
Yeah, that's not God telling them to do that,
It's
though.
not a
That's
book,
their
it's a
free
Bible.
will, and that's them acting on it.
Right. Like Slim, I totally get it. It's totally.
All I'm
it's-
saying is it like
it is-
is it really free will though?
It is perfectly okay to question it.
That's the whole point.
Well, that's
If
the
God is
entire.
real,
That's
big
the
booty-
entire
big
reason
booty
that
Latino
like the
on my
world is the way it is because it's free will. Like Adam and Eve did not have to eat the apple. Whether or not you actually believe in that or not is entirely up
Yeah,
to
they
you.
could have added grapefruit.
They didn't have to eat the fruit.
They could have ate a grapefruit or some fucking ribeye
They
from
didn't
McDonald's. I
have
don't know what they were
to
on
take
with.
from the tree.
Why they
that
chose
were
a
not
fucking
supposed
apple?
to. But
They could
decided
have literally
to.
ate potatoes from the ground.
Like God easily could have just nuked them off the face of the earth to stop them, but instead they did. And so,
Oh my Jesus!
Yeah, okay, right?
Spike
You're,
down
yeah,
A.
my kid did something wrong. I'm just gonna shoot him and get rid of him, so I
Right.
don't have to think about that anymore.
Amen. A fucking amen.
Sorry,
Claire, that
crap
might be one of the
bothered me
only-
today. I really can't be
That might-
bothered.
That might be one of the only 16
But
things
Slim,
we
I
agree on.
definitely get what you're saying. Especially, I know like the biggest point that people bring up against Christians is like, well, if all sins are the same in the eyes of God, then murder is the same as swear. Which again, kind of comes down to the same thing of perspective, which is like
Okay,
we
so
can't comprehend it with our sense of justice because we are not God.
I get it, but like
And I'm
that
like,
is
I'm
why
not even
you
pretending to
keep
argue
them
that.
as your kids. So if your kid was a murderer and you're like, I raised them, they were a baby, they were a child, they were good, and at some point they turned bad, you still, in some part of your heart, love them, but you acknowledge what they've done is
standing.
super wrong.
Right.
I'd support them.
That's how God were you going to support them in their murder.
Well, it depends on what the
Yeah.
murder is. If it's like against a specific
It was a
group
hate
of
crime.
people, then yes.
It was a hate crime. Oh yeah. Bro, if they get...
One enemy remaining.
Yo, what was that? Holy shit, man.
I didn't realize there were half. My bad.
It's all right.
Anyway, popcorn with caramel. That's awesome.
I will say,
Popcorn caramel. I love
if there is a
caramel.
God, which
I love caramel.
there must be a God because he gave some motherfucker an idea to make popcorn and then put caramel over it. That's all I'm saying.
It was
Oh,
a
yeah.
good day. It was a good day.
Bro, I
he
miss
saw that
going
it
to
was good.
Disneyland.
And he saw that
I-
it was good.
No, there is no God, because I'm getting shot in the fucking ass. Die, bitch. Die, heathen.
Growing up in the hood be like,
Oh gosh.
Growing up at fucking Syria, more like it.
Find you.
Oh my
I
God,
don't
World
think
War II
that
in this
that's
hoe.
streaming, right?
Yeah, who's streaming?
One's,
nah,
I am.
I'm recording, but I'm not streaming.
one's outside this wall right
I
now.
plan on, if it's alright with y'all, I plan on totally using all of this, by the way.
Oh, I'm not using any religion at all. Because I don't believe in it at all. I'm just kidding.
Slim,
If
if
I
you,
don't believe
if
in
you
what
want me to
y'all
cut
talking about,
anything
I'm not
out of
gonna use
this, that's fine. I think I might use this as a video just because I kind of want to bring it. I don't want the main focus of like my YouTube
Go
and
for
whatever
it.
to be.
Yeah, because I'm trying to cheer it off so we can talk about fucking hell. I mean,
Fine.
talk about caramel and popcorn.
All I'm
Not
saying
fucking
is that
hell.
there must be a God because he invented buffalo wings. That's all I'm gonna say.
Player standing.
That's
Alright.
all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, but I think actually buffalo wings came from when a buffalo
I love
fucks
getting
the hell of a
headshot while I'm
chicken.
moving.
You know what, Craig?
Newt,
We
if you
don't
really
listen to
think
half
of-
Krayzee says.
You,
Yeah,
I
you
really
make a
don't.
fantastic
I
point.
can't. He's just
Dude.
literally that weird kid in the corner that just keeps shouting random bullshit.
It's like
Transition.
Gray.
No,
Gray's,
wait, okay,
Gray's that one friend.
Hold on.
Shut up! Shut up! You're literally Asian. Shut up!
A joke. You will listen. You will listen.
You
I
will literally. I'm literally like
gonna
whiter than
shut-
you. You will
I'm gonna
literally
shut-
shut up. You have less rights than me.
That's it, Joe, I'm pulling your neck collar. That's it. You're going to the barn with me. Come on.
You
we're doing
you
it.
literally
Get
got
in
oppressed
here.
by Japan
Get
for
in
like
here.
50 years. I don't want to hear
Get in
it.
the shot. Get in the shell. I'm getting the shotgun shells out of the box. 1, 2, that's it. You're dead.
Anyways, as I was saying, Cray is that one friend. Cray, I swear to God.
Oh my God, I will fight you.
I
for
will
your mom
literally commit a hate crime
I will
against
literally
you
kiss
specifically.
her. I've done that multiple times to you before
I will
I even knew
literally
you.
make a clan
will
against
fight you
Filipinos.
right
I swear
now.
to God. I'm not even kidding.
Hey, at least we'll get some representation.
Fair enough. No, but Cray is that one friend who's like extremely intelligent but just acts retarded all the time. That's all I was trying to say. I was trying to compliment you, dickhead.
I just got a clip and a half. Seriously. I just got the nastiest fucking clip. Me and the other
and you're
Rays
welcome.
ulted at the same time.
Well,
Oh my God.
We were the background.
I'm
audience
sorry.
here.
Yeah, I'm sorry
That's
for
why I
ruining
took
your
that.
audio.
No, it's
just
fine.
put
I have
some
all
of
the
that
audio
back
tracks
in
separated,
free
so I don't
music.
even care.
You won it with it.
Why?
You won it with it.
I thought I was getting res for a second because I was
What? I
spectating
thought that was
Slim,
me,
and I
too.
was like, what? Why would you do
Same.
that?
I wanted to get res. Anyway, what? Oh, I was saying, Newt. Just imagine like a buffalo fucking the hell out of a chicken. That's how buffalo wings were made.
Thanks. I really don't want to. I don't want to imagine that. Thanks. I think that poor chicken would be turned into a red mist.
Did you watch that, Doe?
Again,
Watch
did
what?
not.
is a track, and the
No.
track is fresh.
I watch it.
Bro, you think I support you? What's the matter with you? reality check, Slim.
You know what I support? Your cancer. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That is so funny.
Astrology girls be like,
I support your cancer in retrograde.
Keep yourself safe. Keep yourself safe. Keep yourself safe.
Which one are you, the crab or the 2 fish?
personally,
What?
I'm
I'm
asparagus.
the virgin.
You're asparagus.
Personally, I'm a tangerine with all the little slices peeled off me.
Yummy.
Aw.
I'm on.
Where are you?
Yummy, yummy.
Spike down A.
What are y'all focusing on content? Are you focusing on like comedy, retardicity, which is kind of the same, or like clips?
Literally everything.
Yeah. I only put the good stuff in my videos, and if it's funny, I put that in too. So that way I never have a bad game.
Well, I do want to have some videos where it's like, yeah, I do
watched
talk
the
about
first
like religion and
hour
stuff
of
like
my
that because,
vlog, and-
you know, I kind of want to incorporate it since it is a part of my life.
Y'all need to check this out. I'm being serious. You're gonna laugh.
Where did you put it? Where am I looking?
You know what I'm gonna laugh at? Heaven.
Give me 1 sec. Give me a sec.
I'm gonna laugh at the minority getting beat. I'm just kidding. The
What
whole,
about your cousin?
I don't
Wait,
know.
I don't know why I don't know why when you said minority, I was thinking of you said a minor for some. I'm laughing at the minor.
Yeah, I'm
minority.
just throwing an infant baby across the frickin' Atlantic Ocean.
Good
As
for
they
you, dude.
deserve,
I will
that
support
baby
you.
was a murderer.
Worth.
Last player standing.
Oh, she's hiding in the garden like a woman.
All right.
Oh wow, it
Right.
it took me a minute
So
to get that.
nasty,
I'm not
right?
gonna lie.
Wait, what was the joke?
No way.
I just said words and I just said words and I don't even realize what I said. What happened? She's hiding in the garden like a woman.
Yes.
Can we just talk about the fact that Cray has literally been on some fucking demon ADHD energy lately, and it is
For real, dog.
Oh God.
I thought it was
And
just
you-
me. Okay, I thought
I
this
want-
was normal, bro.
I wonder why y'all keep allowing me to like join the call.
Why
Trust me,
wouldn't
you're
we?
not that bad.
Real quick, before the round starts, check this out. Check this out. Check this out. Just watch this. You're good.
Cray, you're
I only
retarded,
check out nudes.
but like, you're not that retarded.
Every
I'm
friend group.
comedically yeah, exactly what I meant to say.
I'll find you.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Why am I just looking
It's
at you
alright.
standing?
I've
there
watched-
alone?
Just watch.
I've-
Just watch.
I've learned to decipher.
You decipher the agent?
Yeah.
That Ninon? I'm done talking.
Slim, what exactly
We
am I
all
looking
knew
at?
each other.
I have your stream
We
pulled up.
ulted each other.
Yeah, we're just staring at you standing still, bud.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh,
You must not have cut it down.
I'm sorry.
Spike planted.
Don't.
It's fine.
Am I still straight? Oh my god. Hold on. Stop.
It's
Stop.
It's fine, bro.
Stage is like 84, bro. You just made me
Bro,
waste
it's fine.
all
You
that
can,
time.
show and tell will come back next Friday. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine.
One enemy remaining.
Where are you?
Last
Three is
player
unknown.
standing.
Oh,
Where?
yeah,
She's in
you're right.
lamps. Lamps.
How did I
You know
whiff?
what my favorite
How
thing
did I
is?
whiff that?
Okay, you know what my
Dude, your
second
ass
favorite thing is?
really
Next
ass
to
cow.
Newt missing his shots and throwing his dog to nowhere into oblivion. And obviously she's still
You
there.
could see
You
the
saw her
trail.
trail, and you did nothing.
Oh, I
You even
forgot
had a
it.
Marshall, so you could just focus in there.
I forgot about the trail to be
Holy
100% honest.
You know how bad you should feel right now? This Gray called strats for you, and you couldn't comprehend what he was
forgot
saying.
Dude, I forgot about the trail. All right, leave me alone.
The only trail Newt knows is the triangles.
Huh?
What?
Triangle.
This is what I'm talking about.
Triangle
What?
trade. The triangle trade. The triangle slave trade. It's supposed to be a racial joke, but now it just sounds like an idiot
I
thing.
never
so.
heard
We
of that.
didn't say. We didn't say.
You never
trade,
heard of
we
the
said trail? We said trail.
Yeah, triangle trail.
The only trail I
It's
know
still
of
a
is the
trail,
Underground
motherfucker.
Railroad. I had to escape somehow.
Oh man, I hit her for 80
I'll find
in the
you.
boobies.
Mark 2.
Oh, that was nutty.
I have a question. So, can you use one
80
woman's?
on Neon.
Can you put one woman's breast in, like, let's say a cup of water, and the other one just put in your mouth? Will it act as a straw to suck out that water? Is that how it works?
I'm sorry, what?
Uh,
What bad anatomy are you explaining?
whoa, 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 whoa! Hold on,
I've
hold
got
on,
you
hold on. He's got a point. Do.
No, no, we gotta explain this to Claire.
You'll run this experiment, right?
Yeah, no, please explain my. Please
Okay,
explain.
okay.
Mhm.
Okay, so, I don't want to say you. Let's say Becky, she puts one memory
planted.
breast in a cup
One
of water,
memory
and the other
breast
one
says
in,
the same word twice. Come on, man.
shut the fuck up, and the other one in some person's mouth. Can you use that as a straw?
No.
It don't work like that.
How do you know? How do you know? Have you tried
Man,
it? Have
I'm-
you tried it? Huh?
Man,
Do.
Man, I'm
Do.
gonna
Run
be
the
gay now.
experiment.
I'm so
Definitely
confused.
haven't
What?
tried it.
What are we
Do.
doing?
gonna be
Run
gay
the
now.
experiment.
I'm
Do.
gonna
We
be
need
gay
to
now.
test
having
this.
trouble
Doesn't work
We
tracking.
like
I'm
that.
having trouble tracking.
we need to test this hypothesis
Last
immediately.
player standing.
Please get my hopes up, or don't get my hopes up and crush them.
There shouldn't be any hopes there.
Attackers win.
I just want to use a woman as a straw. Is that so hard to understand?
No, totally fair. We all want to.
That's what I'm saying.
You want to use a
Yeah.
woman as a straw.
Yes.
All I'm hearing is piss kink, and that's gross.
Listen, if you reverse
Okay, don't
kiss
kink
her
shame
through
around
the
here.
mouth hard
We don't have
enough,
to kink shame.
whatever she's sitting on
My
will come up.
kink is kink shaming.
Man, that's
I didn't
that's
hear
so
Do,
gross.
and to be
Oh, keep
honest,
talking.
I don't want to hear Do. I did not want to know what he's. I don't want to know what he said.
Wait, did somebody mute him?
All right, I am. No, I didn't hear him just because I couldn't hear him over Cray being a stupid loud Asian.
That's two things that can't exist. Stupid and Asian.
Yeah, and somehow you're the only anomaly. It's crazy, isn't it?
You
You're
know what?
crazy.
I can't ever find. You know what? I can't ever find a black man with rights, and I look at you and I still don't see it.
I never said I had rights. In fact, I acknowledge and accept.
Bro,
the fact
I'm
that I
starting
have
to
no
understand the demographic of who we're playing with. We got a black guy and an actual Asian guy. We got DohBoy, who
An
I just
actual
found out
Asian?
is
What
a
does that mean?
Mexican.
rights. Who is
And
quote
apparently
unquote
that makes me the
Mexican.
white boy.
When you whine.
Oh my god.
And you know what? All of us are one way or another part white still because of the colonists.
You know,
I'm ending this recording.